Those were some incredible awards. I want to take a second to say, first of all, personally, thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this award show, to be a part of the NWHL community and family. I have enjoyed broadcasting the games, and to be doing this award show and presenting you with your top athletes this season is truly an honor. And finally, we want to give one last shout out to Discover, the official credit card sponsor of the NWHL, for all their support, their commitment to women's hockey now and in the future. That's gonna do it, everyone. We did it. We made it through an unconventional season from Lake Placid to Boston. Now we're on Twitch for the award show. Thanks so much to everyone for joining us. Thank you to every single athlete that competed this season, and for all of the athletes and winners that were able to join us here tonight. That'll do it. So long, and drive home safe.
Drive home safe. Luckily, all I had to do was wheel my chair back into position. Wow, what an awards show. Super cool that the NWHL... Oh, hold on. Now we've got it. Now we're cooking with gas. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Super cool that the NWHL was able to do this award show and utilize Twitch. I think, let me switch my microphone over. That should be better. I think it's pretty cool to utilize the Twitch channel. What did y'all think about the awards? I was pretty close. I'm not so mad that my MVP vote didn't get through. I did go with Jillian Dempsey. Michaela Grant-Mentis had a fantastic season. I'm not mad at that at all. But so did Jillian Dempsey, and the captain deserves for all of us to put some respect on her name. But knowing Jillian Dempsey, she's just fine. Cool as a cucumber. All right, 4 for 5. All right, let me know which was the one that stumped you. I also did not have Kaylee Fratkin as my Defender of the Year. That's the other award where I did not align with the rest. Oh, newcomer. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, man. For me, it was hands down Michaela Grant-Mentis. I said this on the pre-show, on the Founding Fourth intermission pre-show. Thanks, Rachel, for that fantastic name. Yeah. So some people, I was just going to say, some people, I guess, didn't realize that she was eligible. You got to read your emails. You got to read your emails. But honestly, I would have wrote Michaela Grant-Mentis in because that was the easy pick. That was the easy pick. So, yep. So again, I had MVP Jillian Dempsey. I'm not mad with Michaela Grant-Mentis. Lev, I had Defender of the Year. I picked Shannon Doyle. Newcomer, I had MGM Soraya Tinker 100% as the Denalang winner. Now, when it came to the other awards, so the Foundation Award, you had Michaela Grant-Mentis again. You had Carly Jackson. I think some other players around the league, and if I were voting on the Foundation Award, Sammy Davis, who prior to the season was doing kind of like this polar bear plunge for Travis Roy, in honor of Travis Roy and the Travis Roy Foundation, a BU grad, a hockey player, paralyzed, not similarly, but a lot of people in the NWHL community know of Dena Lang's story. Travis Roy also, unfortunately, had an injury. Yeah, agreed. I will send a Shannon Doyle appreciation tweet later because all of the love for Shannon Doyle. Doily, come back. No, I get it. She's going to be coaching, which is fantastic. Sammy Davis. I think deserves some love when it comes to the Foundation Award. Actually, let me see. Not for the Dena Lang Award, but I'm pretty sure that I offered Sammy Davis her name in the preliminary media voting because she raised a lot of money for the Travis Roy Foundation. Honestly, Soraya Tinker, I just assumed Soraya Tinker was going to get it for the Riveters, so that was a good pick. Actually, no, who won for the Riveters? Sorry, who did they pick? I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm getting all confused here. Who won for the Riveters? Someone help me out here. It was Tinker. Okay, cool. I was like, why did I think she didn't? I don't know. It's late. It's not really that late. I'm just tired. Okay, great. I thought Tinker won. You know who I was gonna say, and for the same reason, I think that Mallory Soliotis got it for Boston is Kaylee Hutchison. Kaylee Hutchison training to be a nurse. Actually, as I understand, after the N double went to work in the COVID unit. So I would have liked to see Kaylee Hutchison get some love. Rebecca Morse on the Riveters has been quite a force, really learning how to use her voice. That's another player. And I know she got a lot of slack right after the killing of George Floyd, but Allie Thunstrom really learned from that and has been a really great community advocate in Minnesota. So that's someone else that I think we probably could have seen. Shannon Doyle, I guess, officially retired, but we unfortunately, extremely unfortunately, the NWHL came under a lot of heat, and rightfully so, if I'm being honest, about the lack of support for the LGBTQ community. We saw that Carly Jackson, one of the reasons that she was, given the Foundation Award, was because of that. But Shannon Doyle, as far as I know, is the first player associated. Carly Jackson and Shannon, I believe, were the first two players to really stand up and speak out. So, I just adore Shannon Doyle, I guess is really what I'm saying here. But I thought it was cool. So this is the first time that we get like a NWHL show vibe. I saw someone that we have here watching also liked, Steph liked that we're using Twitch. And I think I'm on Twitch right now. Also on YouTube and Facebook. Sports Talk ELA, ELNZ08. Make sure you're following. And of course, the Founding Four Pod. I like this platform. I'm learning how to use this platform. Everything right now, of course, is virtual, although I think we're eking back into quote unquote normal, especially if you live in Texas or Florida or apparently Louisiana and your name is Kim Mulkey. But I digress. Anyway, please wear your masks. I think that this should happen. And speaking of that, while I have your attention, all 11 of you that are watching, hello. I'm going to talk about my painting. I said I would talk about that. We'll do a little bit of that. But before we talk about the painting, which of course is why you all came to the post show, I want to talk to you about a conversation that I had with one Anya Packer. Anya Packer, former member of the pod, founding member of the Connecticut Whale, aka the pod, the second ever executive director. Well, I guess first executive director, second overseer, do we want to say, of the NWHLPA. Ooh, bonus points, and I'll give you a round of applause, I guess, if you can tell me who the first person to oversee the National Women's Hockey League Players Association was. Technically, at the time that this person was overseeing the NWHLPA, was not a former player, but did end up being a player. So that's a big hint for you. Big hint. Yeah. Also, similar name to yours truly, spells it different. Everyone has their path. Everyone has their path. Erica Lawler. Yes, Katie. What's up? What's good? Good to see you. Yes, it is Erica Lawler. I almost said Kaylee Lawler because I got excited that I saw Katie's name, but those are two different people. Maybe there's a Katie Lawler. I don't know. That's kind of a cool name. But yes, Erica Lawler was the first person to oversee the NWHLPA. Then that became Anya at the time Bartolino, member of the Connecticut Whale. She then retired but stayed on as executive director of the NWHLPA. I do not think that it is an overstatement to say that Anya, now Packer, really revolutionized what the NWHLPA and thus the leader of the PA could be. Erica Lawler came out of retirement, was officially a rookie for the Metropolitan Riveters. Little fun fact there. Won an Isabel Cup and then retired again. But the next year played under Randy, season 4. Maybe I'll have a rant on that one day. Not today though. Feeling kind of happy. Thanks, Queen. You too, boo. Okay. Anya. Okay. So I spoke to Anya because she's now the general manager of the Metropolitan Riveters. What? She is officially a Riveter. All of my dreams have come true. She's not on the ice, but you've got the Packers, the entire Packer clan. I was saying on the pre-show, though, it's still a house divided because Anya Packer, huge Connecticut Sun fan. Massive Connecticut Sun fan, and you should check out, especially if you follow Sports Talk ELA on Facebook, you can see my interview with Madison and Anya very shortly after their wedding. They were courtside at a Connecticut Sun game. Anya Packer staying true to Connecticut, whereas Madison Packer is a New York Liberty fan. Oh, man. Are you kidding me? Of course, we're talking the WNBA. In case you don't know, it's the 25th season of the WNBA. I also know from conversations with Anya in passing that she has really become somewhat of a protege to Terry Jackson, who is the WNBPA leader, the Women's National WNB basketball players, so many letters, they're Players Association. Okay. She's the leader there. And the two have, become acquainted and riff off of each other. So I just think it's great. We're seeing this synergy between WoHo, a little bit of WOSO also, which I almost said, and the WNBA. So I love that. But it's a house divided again. Anya Packer, Connecticut Sun. Madison Packer, all about the New York Liberty. And she both of them ordered new jerseys. Madison Packer went with Lasia Clarendon, who is non-binary trans, uses all pronouns. Okay, so we've had Harrison Brown, and Harrison, and I've talked about that on my YouTube channel, really helped me learn the importance of, and I've talked about this before also on Twitch, making sure that even though things that I maybe don't need for myself, even if that's the case, and it's like, I don't worry about if people say the wrong pronouns for me, but that's just not my path. Whereas I'm very particular about other things. So Harrison was really the first person that I could have that conversation with and kind of open my eyes to the importance of what I already know with names. Like I'm really stringent with pronunciations. And then I was like, well, Erica, if this is important, then you should do that. So that was really cool. And Lasia Clarendon, he was the first person that walked me through this idea that some people use all pronouns and that it's not misgendering someone that uses all pronouns. But Lasia made it clear that while they use all pronouns,
he doesn't like it if you only use they or only she, because Laysia uses all pronouns. So I thought that was pretty cool. So you should follow Laysia Clarendon. You should follow the New York Liberty. And if you haven't already read the piece in Sports Illustrated by Brittany de la Cretas, highly recommend that. Harrison is mentioned there. Jessica Platt is mentioned. Laysia, of course, is the feature. It's a feature story, daily cover. And there's a lot of really great research in there. I mentioned, a little bit of the tiff that the NWHL had with just not being fully present for the LGBTQ community, particularly though for the trans community. And there's a lot of conversation about, unfortunately, in the United States, a lot of trans bills. There's obviously a trans policy in the NWHL. There was one in the CWHL. There's one in the NWSL, as there's a player, last name Quinn, on the OL Reign, mentioned that in the pre-show, that uses they, them pronouns. So it's really something that, again, I think everyone should explore their path. I certainly did. Harrison Brown and also Jessica Platt eventually, who Jessica Platt and I have the same birthday, and it's coming up. So May 8th is officially a holiday. Make sure to wish us a happy birthday, but especially Jessica Platt. But doing a lot of great work. Brock McGillis, right? I always forget. I always get one name and then I don't get the other. But these are all people that, again, regardless of how you personally identify, we are seeing that the sporting world has always and will always have people that deserve to be respected, whether it's their name, their pronoun, their skin color, their heritage, all of those things. And if I'm a person that's going to do that and be a staunch advocate of things like Black Lives Matter and, Team More Melanin or Native and Indigenous communities, then I can definitely do that for others. So that's definitely been my charge. And I hope that you will join me on my personal journey. So definitely read that Sports Illustrated piece. Other things that Anya Packer and I talked about, I'm going to have it on the Founding Four podcast. So you'll be able to watch it in video. You'll be able to listen to it on the podcast. I've got to catch up on the audio version of the podcast, but we'll get there. Also, I'll dabble a little bit in the 9 newsletter. We talked for a while. And Forbes, sports money. But we did talk about sports money and plans that Anya has for her new budget. She has a brand new sparkly budget, not only as general manager of an entire team, because she had no budget with the NWHLPA. We talked about that a lot in the past, and she has a budget now. She can hire people, and also there's an increased salary cap. And as I understand from Anya, the salary cap increasing that doesn't change the revenue split. So the 50-50 revenue share, so Twitch subscriptions, which we just saw through the NWHL awards, when you buy jerseys and shirzies, Mallory Soliotis, we heard that on the NWHL awards, that she donates her jersey sales, but that's her prerogative. But those types of things are still in effect. So buy your merch, subscribe on Twitch, support. We saw Discover, a big presenting partner for the awards show, On Center Ice, UFOS, Blade Tech, all of these places. Check them out. I have no use for hockey equipment, but that doesn't mean I don't still buy it. So go check them out, especially if you're someone who hits the ice regularly. But Anya's pretty excited. Still have the 50-50 rev share. Increased salary cap, which means players are going to get paid more. And it sounds like Anya is really excited to flex her GM muscles and find ways to activate the Riveters fan base in ways we have not seen before. So if you want to hear more about that, you should definitely read my story that's going to be coming out in Forbes Sports Money. If you're subscribed to the 9 newsletter, you'll find out a little bit about it. And of course, right here on the Founding 4 podcast, I actually have the Black Rosie logo up. I should put the other one up too. Black Rosie, Founding 4 podcast. So last thing, because I said I would talk about it, and also I just like showing off my painting. I did a paint and sip for my sister's birthday. I have 2 sisters. They're twins, so that's why I say sisters and accentuate the S. S's. Anyway, we did a paint and sip, and I have all this acrylic paint. What do you still have for acrylic paint except to paint? So I got some canvases, and this is the more recent one that I've done. There's these tutorials that you can find on YouTube. And so that's one of the tutorials. I especially liked this one because it was inspired by the trans flag. So anyway, all right, everyone, that pretty much wraps it up for me. Again, more stuff coming about Anya's new position as GM. I also am hoping to do some one-on-ones with the general managers, hopefully of all 6 teams, as we get closer to the draft at the end of June. So definitely want to check that out. As always, you can find me. It's right there. My handle at elindsay08. That's ELINDSAY 08. Yes, 8. And you can follow me personally. You can follow me at Founding4Pod. And like, subscribe, share, follow this channel. Anytime that I go live, regardless if I'm talking hockey, I'll always be piping through on the Twitch channel, Founding4Pod. If you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook, then it's Sports Talk ELA. I think I did all right with my award selection. I didn't get Dempsey. I didn't get Doyle. But everything else came out all right. Michaela Grant Mentis, winner chicken dinner. She racked up everything. And you know what? MGM, aka Bucky, deserves it all. So hashtag Team More Melanin. I'm going to switch it up again because my Black Rosie logo is all about, I know she's not a riveter, but Black Rosie, my Black Rosie logo is all about making sure to represent for Black women in sports. My Black Rosie is holding a microphone because I'm focused on sports broadcasting in particular. In hockey, in soccer, there are not a lot of Black women and or women of color that are frontward facing talent. And so that's something that I'm really passionate about. So if you see me say hashtag Black Rosie, even for someone like Michaela Grant Mentis, it's because representation in sport, especially sports like hockey, where a lot of Black people of color are not represented, is extremely important to me. So that's when you see me do hashtag Black Rosie, that's because someone with some melanated skin is doing some cool shit in sports, and I am here for it. All right, Erica Lindsay Ayala signing out. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. And don't forget, May 8th, official holiday. We're not getting USA Finland. Oh, USA Finland for Worlds was supposed to be on my birthday, and I was going to be so happy about that. But if I'm not mistaken, the Challenge Cup final in the NWSL, National Women's Soccer League, is on May 8th. So we still have some fun. We'll still get into it. All right. Rennie, thank you. You're fantastic. You're all fantastic. Thank you and good night indeed. Erica Ayala signing out. Black Rosie. Boom. I should probably sign. I got to press the button again. Okay, bye.